Have you ever thought about your purpose in your life? Hello. My name is Isa Munguia. I'm a Catholic immigrant in Spain. This is my very first video in English, and I'm Salvadoran. I lived in the United States for 3 years, and now I'm living in Spain. So this is my channel. Welcome and enjoy it. So this video, I want to talk about your purpose in your life, but not just to know what you want in your life. It's how did you know that, and how can help you to find out what is your purpose in your life. So have you ever thought about it? I'm talking about this because sometimes we are sure about what we want to do when we were children, but in when we grow up, we're like, what am I doing? Am I doing the great thing? Am I doing what I wanted to do? Or life has been tough that I'm doing other things that I wasn't thinking about. But it's because we're not aware what we really want. We forget about it and we just dream about that and visualize your future and all those things. But what you really want? Are you sure that you're doing what you really want to do? I want to talk about mission statement in this video. And what is a mission statement? It has to be with this, of course. That mission statement is a statement where you will write what your purpose in your life. Talking about my experience about being a mom when I was just a little girl, but a lot of things happened in my life that made me forget about it. Not forget, but just not prioritizing that. I didn't know the importance of work on your purpose. Sometimes we think that just because we want to do something interesting, that's okay. But or doing what everybody's doing because they are successful or because they are achieving a lot of goals that you see like, wow, I would like to have that. But it's what you really want. Anybody has the same purpose. Everybody has different call from God, and nobody is the same to anybody. So it's okay to admire someone that has something that you may want, but don't forget that you're a different person and maybe your purpose is not the same. I mean, it's not the same with that person. So that's why I understood that a mission statement is really important, because that make you remember what you want, why you're doing what you're doing. Mission statement is that you write your purpose of your life. But you might think, how can you discover your purpose in your life? Sometimes we think that I want to be successful. I want to be a successful doctor, for example. My case, I wanted that, but okay, fine. But that make me feel happy. That's what I really want. That happened to me when I just got here, when everything was awful, when I had a big plan when I came to Spain, and suddenly everything was crashed, and it was like, no way, why is this happening? And made me like think. I think that was God who shook my life and said, hold on, you're not doing right, you're going to the wrong way. Please be aware of this. Find out your purpose, because this is not why I created you. I feel that God said that to me, and then I felt like, okay, of course I want to finish my studies. I want to do this and this and this. But what happened if that doesn't happen? And that was something that I asked myself, and I said, nothing's gonna happen if this doesn't happen. But if doesn't happen what I really want, which is be a mom, have a family, that will be really hurtful. that will be okay. okay, I need to know, to reconnect to myself again, to go back to God and help me, and ask Him for help to find out, or to discern what He wants me to do, or what the kind of woman He wants me to be. There was a crisis who made me go back to Him, and which I am really grateful. But it's important to know how to discover, how to find out which is your purpose. I found a book which is one of my favorite books, which is called First Things First. I talk about mission statement, how to write it down, the importance of write it down, and help you, of course, with a lot of exercises to know your purpose, to find out your purpose. So when I found out this, when I knew about mission statement, I was struggling with organizing myself. That was one of the things that made me, okay, I need help, because one of my biggest problems still is my problem. It's still my problem that I'm working on. That is that when my schedule change a little bit, oh, I feel like everything is disorganizing again. So I have to start again, and follow your organization about the week. It's hard if you don't like, you don't know what you're doing. That's why mission statement is important, because if you know it, if you read it every day, you know, oh, this is my purpose, this is why I'm doing this, and that will help you to do what you have to do during the week. So that's why the mission statement also is the very first step to organize yourself. So I was struggling with organization, because I started this project, and I was like, okay, I have a lot of things to do, but I don't know how to organize myself, and I need to do this and this and this, and I don't have to. I mean, when you start a project, I think that you spend a lot of hours and you forget to rest, and it's important to rest. And so I was struggling with all of these things. And when I knew about mission statement and the importance to rest, to write it down, and follow your plan, your week plan, it will be. I mean, follow your week plan will be easier if you know why you're doing what you have. I mean, why you're doing what you're doing. If you journal, you will find out what you really want in your life, because we write what we feel, we write what we want. And I started this exercise like 5 years ago. I started to write. I don't do it every day, I will be honest with that, but some, when I do it, when I did these exercises in the book, I was finding out like, oh my God, this is what I really want. This makes me behave this way, or makes me want this and this and this. That was like, oh wow. So my purpose was in that direction, and I was going in another way. So that helped me a lot. I mean, if you journal, and if you are open to do these exercises to find out your purpose in your life, there will be a discover. Like, wow. You feel like I knew about it, but I wasn't aware that was a big deal for me, that this is what I really want. And journaling help you with that. And if you do that, it will help you with this exercise too. Another exercise is about values. I was moving for the wrong values for a lot of years. As I told you, I was going the wrong way. Not because I was doing bad things, but I wasn't doing what I really wanted. And my values were not the ones that will make me go to the right way. For example, I've been Catholic my whole life, but I wasn't moving for God. I was moving just for myself, and I wasn't really know what the important things were for me. I knew what I wanted, but I wasn't working on that. I thought that wasn't a big deal, because I was listening advices that didn't help me a lot. And so I changed my life unconsciously. I changed my values, and I wasn't moving for the right ones. And when I finally recognized my values and why I moved abroad, there was, oh my God, I did it the wrong way. A lot of people moved abroad because they wanted to find a better life. That wasn't my case. I moved abroad because I wanted to escape from love. Yes, from love from my family. I wanted to run away from my family. That was really hard to recognize that. Like, oh my God, I was moving with the wrong values, and now I'm like, wow, I that was a big discovery for me. And well, that was really hard to recognize that my values weren't the right ones, or at least the values I wanted to move for. And I decided to change them, of course. And now I'm working on that still. Like, I'm closer to God, of course, but I still need more. I still want and need Him more. He didn't let me at all, and He was there. And that I think that He helped me to find out that my values weren't the right ones. That will guide me to my purpose. Of course, everybody decides the values you want to move for, but that depends on your purpose. Your values will change or not. So that was my problem. I wanted something, but my values were not aligned with them, with my purpose. Another exercise that was really important that I wasn't thinking about is the legacy. To find out what your legacy will be. In my case, I wanted to be a mom, but it's just not that. So for that, I need to be prepared for. It's not that simple that you can want something, but if you don't work with that, if you don't do what you have to do in order to get that, that won't happen. So I think that a lot of things that I want in my life, I don't have it yet because I need to be more prepared. I need to be moving for the right values and work on my legacy. So this has been a incredible moment in my life that made me think about what I'm doing with my life. And I'm so grateful that this happened to me, that all the plans I had didn't happen, because that made me go closer to God and do and try to be more, even closer with the kind of woman God wants me to be. And this book helped me a lot, because it's about organization, but at the same time, it's you cannot be organized if you're not following your purpose, and now that what I'm doing, I'm like, okay, I need to do this for this. I'm doing a lot of things that I never imagined. For example, I remember, my family will be really surprised that sometimes I just send them pictures of meals that I cook, that I make, and they were like, but you never cook here. And I was like, I know. I learned how to cook, and I wanted to. That's a really simple example that I wanted to know more things in order to be prepared for my legacy, my family, my future family. And if I don't have it yet, it's because I'm still preparing, and God is preparing me as well. God is preparing me. The other thing that I can say is that when I finally understood that I have to work on my purpose, I have to work on and to be closer to God in order to get what He promised me, that won't be possible if I wasn't that close to Him. I'm still need Him more. It's like I'm closer now, but even closer I am, I need Him more and more and more, and I feel it. And that made me trust Him as well, because Once I got closer to him, a lot of blessings have been, I have received a lot of pain as well, a lot of struggling, of course. But at the end of the day, when you finally trust in God, it doesn't matter what happened around. You believe Him, and He want, if He promised you something, He will give it to you. But you need to do your work as well. That's not gonna happen just to pray, just by praying. You need to do your work, and that's why mission statement will be a very exercise to do. And when I finally do it, now everything that I do made me think, this will guide me, or this will take me closer to my purpose. If this does, I do it. If don't, okay, we'll wait. That's an exercise now I'm doing now. Once I recognize, or I discover my purpose in my life, and I'm doing right because I trust in God. That's the best thing ever. Mission statement will help you to find out your purpose, and make you work on that. But you won't get that right away just because to write it down. You need to work on that. But if you submit to God, everything will be easier. How to improve is not just to know what your purpose is to know, like, okay, this is my purpose, this is what I really want to do. Now I need to make a plan to get that. Okay, I need to get this. Now I'm gonna make a plan in order to get that, and list a lot of tasks or actions, little actions that make you be closer to that goal. And the most important thing, and I can say that it won't be possible, it won't be that easy if you don't have God in your plan. Talk to God about your plans. Talk to God about your goals. Talk to God about your purpose. Once you do it, you will notice the difference. But open your heart to God. And that's how I've been improving my life, just because of Him. Because if it was because of my strength, that wouldn't be possible. If you want to read this book, I will share the link in the description if you want to know a little bit more about mission statement and how to organize yourself, but everything with the purpose of your life, with your mission statement in the first place, and then be prepared to have a plan. But don't forget to trust in God. He will make everything happen, and nothing is impossible for Him. And this is it for this time. God bless you, and thank you for being here.